Welcome to everyone at this new Builder 7 tutorial, Codes Everything You Code. In this tutorial I will show you how to create a simple website, downloading and beginning from a template that you can find in internet, and creating the various pages, organizing the markup that you find in those templates in order to select them when you need and to create dynamic content using always the same markup. I will try to keep this tutorial quick and simple, and in order to do that I've already downloaded a template. Here it is. The template is this. A template is composed of many elements. We have CSS, fonts, images and JavaScript. What we are going to reproduce is the index.html markup. We open it. This is the markup of our template. It's a common markup. It has a general header, banner, section 1, section 2, section 3, a theme box and a footer. We can see this markup with the browser. Here it is. My links, the banner, section 1, this is kind of section 1, section 2, another type, section 3, the theme and the footer. The part that will be always present in our pages will be the footer, of course, the header, the navigation bar, and what will change are the section. This is the content of the website. Moreover, this template is responsive, so it will be this is not a problem. So now we have to start Builder 7. Here it is. What we are going to create is a new language that will contain our template. So we go in User Data and FTP Settings. Then we proceed to Advanced Options and Language Definition, and we create a new language. We can call it template 1. OK. The language that has been created must be configured. In order to give a main flag 1, we can select between many letters. I commonly use the letter of the code that I'm writing. In this case, hypertext markup language, I choose this letter. And there is the iterchar. Iterchar is a wildcard that should not be used inside your language. I will choose this wildcard. At last, we have to create a basic template in order to instruct Builder 7 about building programs. We haven't any one, so we create a default main pseudo source code. This is the matrix that generates every program. Alright. We can highlight with HTML because we will write this language. The default template offers a basic header and some directives that are just examples. It will assume our first character, our main flag, and the wildcards we have chosen, but it's about unuseful. What we have to produce from our template is HTML pages, so we will create a new file out directive that will have the name of our languages .html lowercase. Here we will put our template, that is the template of the solar eyes. We select everything, we copy, and we paste here. In order to let Builder 7 understand what these lines are, we have to qualify them with flags. So we made a vertical selection, and we qualify the first 6 bytes called flags in order to let him know that they have to be written when we are writing an BAC template 1. So the main flag 1 is this. Then we have 5 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We save. This is about unuseful, because every program we create will generate the same page. Just the name will become something else. But this is the starting point from which we are going to implement the future reflection. So we confirm our new language. Our new language is BAC template 1. We go to configure the first program, and here we are. We try to find our language, template 1. We create an index. That's good. Index. This will be the home page. We don't select anything, and we try to control if everything is alright. Generate program. Go. There is no default. Do you want to use this as default? Yes. We have done a program called index, and is equivalent to our templates. The first 6 flags will be cutted in the final program. We can also create with file cutter the section of the file cutting experience. That is a new feature of Builder 7. So we push this, and here we are. We have a new index. We can copy this. We can go to our first directory where we have the template. We can just rename for a while this as old original index, and we can put our new template. Now we check if it's correct. Alright, this is a template generated by Builder 7. Everything seems to be correct. Now we can proceed to a further step. We will go to our main pseudo source code and customize some options in order to implement the interface and gain control over the pages that we will create. So here our main pseudo source code. We can just see there is a navigation. Navigation is a part of your code that must be updated when you create new pages, and must be updated to all over the pages. So we go to implement a custom code for this kind of navigation. We put an anchor, and we go to see how a custom code is implemented in the example that are below in our code. Here it is. This is a custom code flag. We go to put the custom code flag here, remove example 1 and put navigation. We can do this also in other section in order to get some interesting custom code. banner. Here we can speak about body height. We can speak about body middle area, and so height area, and here, or better here, body bottom area. And here there is a footer, and if we want some copyright, these are ways to control the code with custom code. So we can remove this, cutting it away from our main pseudo source code. Enter Builder 7, go to custom code and create a new custom code. We can put HTML highlight. Because we are creating a navigation custom code, we call this base or general navigation links. Alright. Here we can find the custom code we have just inserted inside the main template. Putting code behind these flags, insert code in the corresponding area where when programs are generated. But because they are not main pseudo source code, we have to remove the control flags that are the first 6 bytes. 6. Go. And here we are. We will create 4 pages. Index that we have just created. The second page will be product, and its name will be product HTML. The third page will be contact, and the fourth page will be support, or better, yes, support. It doesn't matter. We can always come here to add or remove more pages. Adding or removing pages is just a matter of the navigation bar. This is a list of elements and can be increased or decreased. Alright, we can do just 3 pages. We will remove support for this tutorial, and we save custom code 1. We also remove active because this is a general navigation bar. Alright, we can refresh the content. When we think this custom code is good, we can put the green flag. I use this color to trace the status of the custom code. As I told you, the custom code is a part of code that is inserted inside the final code. We have to activate it in order to be processed, and we also have the option apply key2value. This option can process the content of your custom code, comparing with the key2value, a feature that we haven't used yet. So for now we disable this option. Now we get out. We can see that we have selected one custom code, and we are going to implement a base key2value. And as before, we create a new collection of key2value. We call this base, because we always want this conversion be applied. What do we put inside this key2value? We refresh the list to see the title. We can put some keys that are contained inside our main pseudo source code. For example, we have a banner. Alright, this is good for our example. We can put here the page title keyboard. We can create a website title key. Now we can go here, select the base K2 value activated for any program, insert a key. Perhaps I have not copied, and giving a value. The value will be my first website. We insert this key. Same as before, we do another changes. We can close it. We do another changes. What there is to be changed? This can be a description. There is a paragraph and a span. We get another key, website subtitle. We do as before, and we insert here a new key and a new value. We can write this by Wilders Heaven. We insert this new key, and again the paragraph. We can give another key, website description. We save. We return to Builder 7. We insert a new key. We are always under the context of base, and we put a description. This is a auto-generated page created with Wilders Heaven tutorial for HTML5 coding. Alright, we have a good example. We have selected our base and we give OK. I also used to have base custom flags for those flags that must be always applied. So we will create it just for fun, but it will be remains empty. Base flags to be always. We save and we close the file. We refresh and we activate also this base flag. We have no flag inside. This area is empty, but consider that in the future you will have something to put inside, always in every page. If we always keep a base flag in every program we do, it will be more easy to insert additional code to every page. We can just insert the flags in this base flags collection. We give OK, and we have a base custom flag, a base K2 value with 3 values, a base navigation links custom code with the navigation links qualified by 3 pages. If we update this, we have to regenerate every pages in the future. We give OK, and we generate the new index that will be quite about as the others. File cutting. Here we are, our new index. Copy. Now we go, closing everything, to the template, and we overwrite. We return here and we update. Here we are, home, product, contact, our title, our subtitle, and our description. K2 value, custom code, and nothing about flag for now, have modified your web page in the first step. we can keep this as the default. To keep this as the default, we save as the default setup template with this button. OK. This is our new default to create more pages. Pretty good. Our website is taking form. What we have to do now is to change the content of our website. In this simple tutorial, we will use this area for home page. We will use the section 2 for the product page, and we will use the section 3 for the contact page. At last, we will make special things with the theme area. Alright, in order to accomplish this purpose, we return to our main pseudo source code. So, we go to main pseudo source code and we identified this section 1. We grab it. No other pages will have this section 1 inside their content. We have cutted it from the main pseudo source code. Where do we put it? We will make a specific custom code for index HTML. We can start here, and we create a new custom code. We call it index.html body. Because it's very specific, we will insert a specific content between his tags. We go for the ig area and we put what we have cutted before. Of course, we have always to remove the main pseudo source code flags. 6 flags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Section 1, we can change the description. This area comes from custom code 05, and that's all. We have to select this, repeat, check it as green. Alright, this is index. Now we return to main pseudo source code and we grab section 2. No other pages will have section 2 in their content. We return to custom code and we decide that section 2 is the top area of the product page. So, product title. We go to the ig area, we insert the section 2 and we remove the control flags and we save. Because we are creating the index, we have not to select the product body. Alright. The third area will be the section 3. We get it from our template, cut, we save it, and we put this area inside another custom code. And again, this will be contact body. Here it is. Of course, we put a language, color, and we remove the 6th flag. In order to organize beautiful contents and interesting things, we will change frequently this part of our website, but they are isolated here and they can break the entire website if we get some error or we put something dangerous like JavaScript that doesn't work or something like that. We can change the description. This area comes from custom code 07. We have forgotten this passage in section 2. We go for a modification of the paragraph. Alright, so we have a template that is simplified and can be more simplified by the time we're working on this. The main pseudo source code is now simple HTML with an header. We know that here there is the navigation. We know that here custom code insert various content area. We can simplify, give some space, remove some space and make order. And we have the theme. The theme we will see just right now. This is the footer and nothing else. That's all. Let's try to see if this is working. And again, we generate the code. It's useful to generate often the code to see modification. And modification are useful to control if you are doing right or not. We copy this and we override the previous. We have removed the section 2 and 3 from our website. Refresh. Is a section 1, here's the theme, here's the footer. No section 2, no section 3. What we are going to customize now is the theme list. This is a list of objects and we will use the flags iteration to create a list of dynamic objects inside our pages. So we inspect the template inside our main pseudo source code. This is the theme template that produce these 4 elements. We can identify there is a common iteration of things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we destroy this part because we have understood that they are very similar except for the name, the description and if you want the image, but in this case it's always the same. So we remove this and at this point we should have just one of those. And now we provide some more additional Builder 7 implementation. I put an anchor and I go to take a tree flag that is free. Tree flag can be used to activate optional part of code inside your final code and also to activate optional part of code that are iterable inside your final code. I choose the flag that have T, this, because we are speaking about the theme area and I feel confident with this. We go here, we passed for have a view example and we qualified every part of this code as a T. This part of code only get out when we activate a flag that has this activated. We can remove this and we go to implement the first part. Custom flag. We select a new area, create, and we call this theme flag list or just theme list. Alright, we refresh. This is the theme list and we selected. Now we have to use the add flags to collection in order to get this flag inside this collection. We insert here hot and we found that there is a hot in our main pseudo source code, because if it's here it means that it is inside our main pseudo source code. This is hot. So we go for OK and we give a description. Theme base area. What we are going to do is to implement the part that is dynamic in this hot. Okay, we can close this because manual edit is not useful. Alright, there is a part that is dynamic. If we repeat this piece of code as many times as we want, we can obtain a list of those elements. So we give this another name. We put a hull using the L flag. I remove this from the free list in order to keep my source code in order, and I get out these values, changing that into some tags that I call hull iter char. If you remember, the iter char has been defined at the first part of this tutorial and is now used here. We separate it from any content and we give here a title. This is a tag. Or maybe we are speaking about a team, we gave the name, team name. You can choose every name you want. We keep a base as before, and we put a description. We have two dynamic flags, two dynamic key to value that have the iter char inside their component. So we have a group that will be repeated with hull, a fixed group that will not be repeated, and what we will obtain at the final code will be something like this. This. In our case, we have produced a pseudo source code in order to simplify everything about this, and we have just this piece of code. What we have to do now is to integrate hull in our flags. So team list, base area repeat 1, and hull area. Okay, hull area repeat 6. Excuse me, I've done mistake. Hut area 1, hull area 6, and we give a description. Team member names. We have a 6 team member. We will see what's happened to the final page when we put 6 members. Alright, if we compile the code like this, we will not give to our final page those values, that will remain just simple tags. We have to qualify this, and the best way to do this is to remember that we have a key to value associated at this flag. So we associate to k2 value, we give the 4 because we have flag 4, and we keep k2 value 4. We close, we select, we control, we have to put 6 instance, and we confirm. Now we go to create a k2 value 4, and we write team names instance. We have to put 6 instances like this, team name, and the other tag is description. The first name is John Wayne, a far west man of dust and guns. We have to qualify the iteration char with 1 because this is the 1. Then we create 6 of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. We can put also some language color. This is about XML. 3, 4, 5. As you can see, vertical selection is very useful. Alright, now we change the names. Robert Louis Stevenson. Right of talent. And here, Terminator. Mac. And so we have created our key2 value, we activate the collection and we refresh. Team names are now inserted and qualified. We save. What's happened now? We have selected that this area must be composed by a static part, hut, that is always the same, and another part, hull, that will be repeated 6 times, modifying team name or description, but you can also put more keys and qualify more area. It's just a list that will be repeated. So we go to produce the new index, generate the code, go, file cutter, we cut, we go to our template and we paste, move and alright, close, close. We can now refresh our pages and we are John Wayne, Robert Louis Stevenson, Terminator, Bob, Lillipop, you, and this is responsive. This is a way to manage a list inside Builder 7 and to manage dynamic data. Of course, this is our index HTML, our footer, our header. Alright, now we are going to the end of this tutorial and we will use what we have done until now. What we have to produce now is the product and the contact page. So we return to our program-based selection and we save this as current setup, as default setup. Alright, now that we have to create a new page, we do new program setup, we use the default and we give OK. Of course, it's the same options we have selected until now. We can write here the name of the navigation bar. We can go to the navigation bar, it's product, and we write product. Alright, we want that the product page doesn't have the theme list, so we select the collection that will activate the theme list. The theme list is what we have created here. We don't want this section, we just want to rush to the footer. Alright, so we deactivate this. We go to key2 value. Of course, we also have to disable this because it's unuseful. Base parameters always be applied, remains as the same. Custom code have a specific page for product, we created it before. We deselect the index row and we activate the product. We also put the green flags. Alright, this is our product page. We save, we go to OK and we generate to see if it's good. File cutter, here our product HTML. Copy, we put it where there is the index and we paste. We have the product page. How do we reach the product page? A good solution is clicking the navigation and check if it works. Alright, here's the product page. Section 2, no theme and footer. And again, we have to create the contact. Following our navigation specification, contact is called like this. We return here, we go to base parameter. To do a good thing, we create a new default. Alright, and now we specify contact. We also have a custom flag. We want the theme list. Alright, we want the specification for key to value. We have to select the content custom code that we put to green, and we give OK. OK. File cutting, we copy to the template. Alright, we have our contact page. We can return to our site and press contact. Here we are, section 3, theme, updated as the last theme updated in the main setup, and footer, and of course home page. This is the tutorial about managing with easy way your HTML templates. I've chosen this kind of injection and programmation of the interface, but this is just, in my opinion, a convenience. You can choose to use the interface as you wish, implementing where you want some other features in order to get what you want in the way that you want. We didn't use flag 4 or sequencer to keep the tutorial quick and simple, but there is always an open structure. The main pseudo source code is this, and you can implement both the area that surround your pages and both the content that will be injected with the custom codes. What I will show you now is a way to easily recreate all your pages of your new website with a command line, with a batch file. In order to accomplish this task, you have to use another language that has been published on the website, that is Builder 7 batch. I will show you an example in this quick way, but the tutorial will be kept very simple because it's not part of the HTML tutorial we have watched now. The language batch is the language that creates batch command lines for your Builder 7 for all the other languages to recreate particular programs or pages. So we create a new setup with this batch creation tool. We give the template name of our language, like template 1. This is our language. We want to recreate those 3 pages: content, index, and the product. So we will put this 3 information inside this parallel setup. Alright, we go to the flags and we see there is a template for every language. So we deselect everything and we create a new template. That is our template. Alright. We refresh the list and we add to collection this program names. Program names, I have 3 pages and then 3 program names, or a program setup, or XML setup. Alright. We confirm. We have selected our custom flag. We have to set up a new association in key to value. So we create and edit our key to value for our language. In this case we have the options, so we must take an example. We choose COBOL. Here we are. We return to our key to value, and we have some static to value and some iterable key to value in the same key to value collection. No problem. We put language ID. This is the target language ID. Directory for publish is good, a publish directory. Alright. And here comes the name of our setup. So we go to user sources of template 1 and we select that there is index. Then we have product, and then contact. We save this new setup for this language. Alright, refresh list. We check it out for a second. Index, product and contact from the template 1 language setup in the publish. This is a directory. This is useful to resolve where to get this XML, so you must not make errors. Here we go. That's all. We can create a batch file customized for our new record, and this is copy. We go to our source directory, user sources, and there is the template. We can close Builder 7 now. This template will make calls to the Builder 7 exe file in silent mode, getting the index XML, the product XML and the contact XML from the user sources of the Biaka template archive. It will generate and file cutting everything and putting everything into the publish directory, always in this. So we go now to try it quickly. The interface asks you if you want to proceed and wait your answer. You can close the interface or press enter. We press enter. Builder 7 have generated 3 pages. Now ask you how to open a file, but we have our new instance of those pages that we can copy, go to our template directory, paste and replace. If we had chosen to modify something inside the main pseudo source code or inside the key to value or inside something else, the regeneration of the entire pages will update everything in your website, helping in maintenance, control and options about your website. This is our new website, exactly as before. It has been regenerated. If you want to make another test, this Builder 7. Alright, we choose to make the change of a base key to value. My first website, my new website. We save. We do nothing here. We exit. We return to our user source and we relaunch the batch execution. Alright, let's go. Another instance, another publish, another directory. Now the new instance must be copied inside the user sources, not here but here, excuse me. Replace contact, index and product. Now we have choose to change this. Refresh my new website. For every page we have choose to change the title. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching.